Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. And what I want to talk to you about today is advanced security, which to me is essential in any protection operations, any close protection operations. But it's something a lot of people don't really understand. Now, advanced security can be done in, well, there's two phases to advanced security. You've got advanced security, the pre-operational advanced security, where we can send somebody out days, weeks in advance to do the reconnaissances, etc., to check out the locations, to get all the logistics sorted. That's part of the planning and preparation phase. The issue is with that, a lot of clients aren't willing to pay the money for somebody to go out in advance and do all the planning and preparation. So a lot of that stuff these days is left to open source, etc., and using local contacts. Now, the main thing I want to talk about here is advanced security in the operational phase, which is essential. This is where you send somebody in advance, be it an hour, be it 15 minutes, be it 30 minutes, etc. You send somebody out ahead of you to the locations you're going to be visiting with the client. You send somebody out to check the routes. They're checking along the routes for anything suspicious, which could be, well, suspicious could be roadblocks or even traffic accidents, etc. If there's a traffic accident along the route, the person in advance can get back to you and tell you to take another route. That traffic accident could have been staged just to slow you down to ambush you. When they get to a location, they check out the location to make sure there's nobody suspicious hanging around, no suspicious vehicles, etc., etc. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is if you're dealing with any type of client that's got a threat on them, the client shouldn't be going to any location that is not secured. And it makes me laugh when I see these people on doing CP courses, etc., and they're doing the Embus Debus drills. To me, that's the biggest load of BS going. Guys getting out of cars, looking important, trying to look tough, etc., and observing around them. It's BS. You think about it from the threat point of view. You got two cars turn up. You get how many guys get out the cars, stand around the cars, looking tough, etc., etc. Let's put it from the Latin American perspective. Okay, two gangbangers are targeting that client. Some narco, some gang business, I'll put it politely. Okay, weapons of choice, they got two Glock, be it Glock 22s, 19s, 17s, etc. Well, happy switches on the back. Happy switches are selector switches, which are easily made and commonly available to criminals. Happy sticks on the guns. Happy sticks are the 32 round magazines for the 9mm and 28 round magazines for the 40 cals. Okay, you don't spot those two gangbangers. They can be putting 60 rounds in your direction in a matter of seconds and be running. By the time you realize you're being shot at, they're already escaping. What can you do? How are you going to react to that? Well, there's not much you can do. You're just going to be being shot at. If you had somebody there in advance, they could possibly spot the criminals waiting for you to turn up. So all the Embus Debus drills of getting out of cars and looking tough, etc., and looking official, unless you're dominating the area around you, and I don't mean the direct area around the cars and the client, unless you're dominating the area in depth, you're wasting your time. I use the examples of gangbangers with 9mm. So what about the gangbangers with the AKs, the choppers, right? Common in the US, favorite weapon of the gangbanger in South Florida was the AK. So again, you get a car pull up and empty 60 rounds of 7.62 at you pretty quickly. What are you going to do? And those rounds will go straight through you into the client. If all you can do, and if all you've been taught is Embus Debus drills to get out of a car, look tough, and if there's a problem, jump in front of the client, you're wasting your time. If people have told you that's what you need to do, they've got no clue about the close protection business. Put it in perspective. If that's all you can do, you can't even look after yourself, let alone look after somebody else. So advanced security in the operational phase is essential. And the basic rules are the client doesn't go to any location that has not already been secured before they get there. Then you can turn up and put the show on of the Embus Debus drills. It's a show. It's not real. To me, the most important things you have to rely on if you're dealing with clients with a threat is 1, secrecy. 2, counter surveillance. Make sure you're not being followed. Make sure you're not being watched. And 3, your advanced security to make sure all locations you're going to, all routes you're taking are secured. So that's my opinion on 2 subjects, Embus Debus drills and advanced security. I got 3 books online specifically on close protection. They're on Amazon. If you've got any relevant questions, please feel free to drop me a line if you're connected with me, and also look up our other videos that are on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc., etc. Thanks for your time.